Hi everybody, it's James here and welcome to this video introducing you to a brand new layout build. I'll get straight into it, and as you can see I'm going to be doing Toton, or in this case Toton. Yes, my plan is to do Europe's largest diesel depot in 2mm. So I'm not going to faff about with long introductions on this one. Let's get straight downstairs and have a look at what I've been doing, well, so far. So here's what we've got at the moment. How did I get here? Well, I had to make up some drawings, and to do this I had to go to the library and pull out all my books and magazines and go through the internet for photographs and start working on some drawings from some known dimensions. Big thank you at this point to Steve Smith of Railway Laser Lines and my old mate Daryl, who is actually a DEMU member. He got me some photographs from his collection as well, which were really useful. I made up the drawings as you've seen on your screen and ended up with this setup here, and then I decided how to clad it. Well, I'm going to use Slater's plasticard. So we've got this ribbed one for the metalwork around the top of the shed, and I found this one that looks like floorboards almost, which is just about right for the depot doors, so they just go across there. In between the doors there are these I-beams. So again, thank you to Dave at Tinsley. He got me the measurement for those, so I know I was getting the right ones. Found these on eBay, nice and cheap, and they fit just right, so perfect. So I'll just have to cut those to length and fit them in. The only thing you won't be seeing on this one at the moment will be the cathedral, but I'll mention that a bit more later. Something else you'll be seeing, of course, is the depot name. So I've got the Slater's letters and numbers for that. And again, we'll talk about that a little bit more later in the video. So, the baseboard. I had this one in the shed for a while from an old project, so we took it apart, cleaned it up, and completely rebuilt it into what I need for this particular layout. My decision at this point was to stick with my micro theme, and so just do the end of the shed. So we've got scenic, traverser and loco storage, as you can see here. So what are we actually looking at? Well, the far end is obviously the scenic area, where you've got 15 roads of the shed itself which fan out, and over on the left hand side is also, we'll call it road 0, which is the wheel lathe road. They all go onto the traverser, which you can see just operates by hand. No need for motors or expensive gizmos and gadgets here, because it doesn't need to be. And under the camera is the area which is going to be called the fiddle yard. So say road 0 there, we can put a loco onto the traverser and move them to anywhere on the shed. We'll go all the way across here actually to road 15, which is body lifting, bogey swap, major exam, etc. We come out of there when the work's done, come across and pop that same locomotive into any of the storage roads out the way, and then repeat the process. Traverser runs on a couple of draw runners, and I like these because they've got these big stops on the end. Now what they do is you get a nice soft bump when you get to the limit, so you lose a bit of a step. So I know that the rails will all line up, but for transport I can push it all the way and it locks, which I think is rather clever, so I haven't got to worry about the traverser sliding out and banging around in the back of the car. Again, nice smooth runners with ball bearings, and that'll do the job for this particular layout. So what am I actually making here? Well, this is the back of the shed. It's what you'd see from the A52 road bridge, and it's also the view that most people get when you stand on Toton Bank, you're doing a bit of train spotting. My intention is to do this model sort of between the 80s and sort of mid-early 2000s, so I don't have to add the cathedral, which goes at the back, but I will be adding something on for that later, so I can bring the time period up beyond 1998. On the front left of the depot, of course, we'll need to look at the actual name, and that's done with those Slater's letters, which are really nice, but unfortunately they're no good because I need upper and lower case, as you can see here. So why this view? Well, this view is because, like I say, you see this view off the bank and everything else. I was watching this wonderful video on YouTube, link in the corner, and I saw this clip from it. Here, there's a stills image for you. And I thought, that's brilliant, that's exactly what I want to be doing. It's just perfect, so I can keep the back seam the same because it's never really changed since the sort of 80s, and that'll do me. Power for the layout, well, that's going to be analog. I thought about DCC, and then I thought there's no point. It's one loco moving at a time, so we can do it with these simple on-off switches, have a load of them everywhere, so every row can be isolated, including all the fiddle yards, and just keep stuff moving and save me a bit of money, basically. So, there you go. Here's a bit of an overview then of the end. I say there's quite a bit more work to be done, to be fair. Decision on whether to make the doors work or not is up in the air at the moment. I was speaking with my mate Chris over at West Hill Wagon Works earlier in the week, and he seems to think he has a way of making these doors work in N-gauge, so something to look out for in the future. We'll see how we go with that, and that's about it really. So I hope I've not waffled on too much with this, and you've enjoyed this video so far. So I'll leave it there and just say to everybody who's stuck with us so far with this one, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and bye for now.